and welcome back to our Hunt a Killer series where there's been a murder. Beth is still dead.
Yes, she is.
Beth, we have our next packet of things. Quick recap, what we know so far. Beth is dead. Gwen, her sister, has hired us. Sam Gundy has an alibi, convenient, but she was still trying to break into the Navigators Club. Beth was onto her. It was probably something stupid, the reason why she was breaking in. Oh, Jordan Woodard skipped out on his bill the night of Beth's death. Real shoddy businessman, doesn't like taxes, and Beth was an accountant, and he did shoddy work on his renovations for homes. I can't remember if he was building the houses and they sucked, or renovating them and they sucked. Either way, bottom line, they sucked.
Yep.
Reverend Reaver wants to rename the Cora Reaver Memorial Scholarship Fund. Cora was his sister, and Beth knows something about either they had a friendship, they had a relationship, something's going on there between the Reverend and Beth, and especially the Reverend and Beth when it involves his sister. Beth was proposing another bridge between the island and the mainland to be built. The bridge collapse was the accident that Joey was in. The island, though, has a geological issue, I'd say, called karst. And it's something with the limestone underground being worn away, so the ground is not very stable. The sewage treatment plant needs to be replaced. They're polluting the waters. And I believe our remaining suspects are Joey, Reverend Reaver, Jordan Woodard, and I think Martin and Jody Hendricks. If you are just joining us for this series, welcome. I'm so happy to have you, but maybe pause this, go check out our other videos, catch up on where we're at, and thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been watching, been commenting. It's been really cool to see you all kind of playing along with us. So this is episode 4. Let's get into it. Let's see. I think maybe we're gonna find out more about Cora today.
Maybe. I also think someone else is gonna die.
Yeah, we haven't had anybody else die, but we have had 2 or 3 other bodies that had identical wounds to Beth, washed up at the same spot.
I think in typical murder mystery fashion, the one that we are suspecting the most is going to die.
That's a great point, Jordan Woodard. Let's see what we got. So we have a compact that says, remember 1979.
I should have moisturized.
Yeah, I have been telling you that for years. Another letter from Gwen. A stamp and an ink pad. It's an astrological sign. I don't know if I can hold this up close enough for y'all to see. I'm not familiar with which constellation that is. A letter to Gwen from Clarence. So Clarence Reaver, Reverend Reaver. Oh, a photo. What is this? This is another. Probably, this has got to be a photo from the Navigators Club. So I will insert it here for you all to see. A suspicious letter. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff. Oh my God. It's in code. It's in code, y'all. We've got another one in code. We'll put a picture up here. Oh, on the something Bridge Revival Committee proposal, we've got some more astrological sign somethings. Lots of astrological signs around here. Establishment of an assembly, 1890. This looks like it must be the establishment of the Navigators Club. The proposal. So we've got the proposal for the new bridge that Beth had been working on. And that's it. Lots of papers this time. Parts of Beth's letter to note. She's finished looking through the stuff she took from the Navigators Club room. There's Beth's proposal, a roster of their members on a Founding Fathers type declaration, a few suspicious notes, yep, and one document I have no idea what to make of. It has all these stamps on it that look like a stamp my dad used to have. I found it in an old box of things and sent it to you. Oh, so if this is the one her dad had, I wonder if it's something to do with like each member has a stamp. The good Reverend finally reached out to me. He sent a letter along with a mirror he says Beth gave him. So the remember 1979. All right, before we get copywritten, let's continue. What stands out to me is that he mentions Beth's bridge project. It keeps popping up. After reading his letter, there's got to be something in that Cora folder Beth had locked. So this episode, our big objective is to eliminate another suspect, and I think get into the Cora folder. Okay, so let's, I guess, start with Clarence's letter. Gwen, you'll forgive me for being inaccessible recently. My work has been keeping me very occupied, convenient, and I will not be any more available in the coming weeks. I hope this correspondence will satisfy so that you no longer need to waste my time sitting on my doorstep. Dang. I assume you mean to ask me about your sister and why we didn't always see eye to eye. The most I can say for Beth, though we were once good friends, is that she meant well. I'm sure you heard her desire to renew construction of that tragic bridge. She was stubbornly set on rechristening it after my late twin sister Cora, the Cora Reaver Memorial Bridge. Beth's attempts to honor Cora were misplaced and unwelcome. My sister has been dead for over 40 years. Wow. I implored Beth to let the matter be on several occasions during which, I regret, I may have become unduly heated. I now ask the same of you. Let me keep my family and my past private rather than a trumpeted headline for all of Mallory Rock and the mainland to pity. With that, I'm returning the enclosed, which was a gift from Beth. I do not know what she hoped to achieve, but the constant reminder of Cora within my own reflection did not endear me to her cause. The engraving, particularly, was unnecessary and callous. If I had the choice of forgetting the date my sister was taken from me, I would have happily done so long ago. So it must have been 1979. I wish you well on your journey to heal, though I know it will be painfully arduous and the end ever elusive. Beth felt that her idealistic dream about a bridge represented the promise of hope and resolution. May you find your peace. All right, so we've got some codes to crack. These are the current, like, today's members.
Yes, so these are today's members, and it's the same sort of navigator's oath on here. But of note is Edward Gundy's name is scratched off.
Because he left, remember? He mentioned it in his note last episode. So my guess so far is the code this episode is some sort of shift. Maybe at bash cipher. Okay, so T should be G.
Okay.
What's the next one?
W.
D. Oh, we're off to a terrible start.
No, hold on one second. Like, what are these constellations? Like, the constellations are telling the story here. So, whatever this constellation is, that is what this one is following. And whatever this constellation is, that's what that one is following.
1979 is the year. Because remember her... To get into the Cora folder, it's the departed shifts in the reflection of the year. So 1979 reversed and then shift Cora. L-V-A-B. I'm really impressed that I remember how to do that. Okay, we are into the Cora folder. Oh, so it's got bridge proposal. Oh, does this have the whole thing? Here's page two. So we're missing page 2, and it talks about wanting to name the bridge after Cora Reaver. Since the collapse of the anchorage, Mallory Rock's involved parties have pursued lawsuits against the state of Maine. It has been our understanding that the state was solely responsible for the collapse, as they have the final say on the contracted teams for the project. However, in reviewing the Hendricks Group's project files, I found that the responsibility for the collapse may fall more accurately on a contracted company. Anchor Management Land Surveyors, AMLS, has a flawed project history, which will be fully detailed in the committee's research and proposal. There is some evidence in my research that suggests that all AMLS may have misrepresented their history to the state government and other teams on the project. Their careless work while on this project may have been the reason the collapse occurred. The significance of this detail is that if AMLS is indeed the at-fault party, the state of Maine may be more inclined to fund this in future projects. Interesting. So maybe that's why maybe someone there offed her. Okay, so that's the bridge proposal. Accounting screenshot. Oh, for JW Enterprises. Credits and debits. So credits is him getting money, debits is money going out of his account, if anybody's unfamiliar with accounting ledgers. Money coming in from Ryan Drewson for consultation. Money going out for demolition, plumbing, gas and electric, flooring. So it looks like all stuff for redoing these homes that he was redoing. But he's got one to the Hendricks Group, just named Summer, marble and granite. And then he's got a deposit of $48,500 insurance from Maine State Insurance Corporation. $24,250 going to the Hendricks Group with no note. No notes. So we don't know what it is. Shady. So what is this $24,000 going out to the Hendricks Group that has no explanation? Very, very shady. From an accounting standpoint, I can see why Beth was concerned. And then, oh, Bridge Group email thread. So this is probably people involved in the Bridge Group. Okay, so this is from Beth to Rock Steady Support Network. Okay, so from Beth to this Rock Steady group. I hope this email finds you well. I've been looking into the events of the collapse over a year ago, thinking of ways Mallory Rock can move forward. I can't tell you how much I admire the incredible work of the RSN, the Rock Steady Network, has done advocating for those who were traumatized by that terrible loss. If you'd let me, I would love to come in and talk to your members about a healing path I can envision for the future. Sounds a little pushy. Just gonna throw that out there. I'm working to put together a committee to propose revitalizing the bridge project. I believe that the original intent of the bridge's construction and the undeniable boost it would bring to so many facets of Mallory Rock are still solid in foundation. I believe in your members and the healing they could undergo if we see the bridge project through. The efforts of our friends and family who were lost shouldn't go to waste. Even if you're not convinced yet, please allow me to come in and speak with your members directly. Beth. So Rock Steady Support Network gets back to her. So they must be some sort of like counseling something. Hi Beth, thank you for your email. I appreciate your compassion, but I'm hesitant. Introducing the idea of rebuilding the bridge now would be too soon for many of our members to consider. As you mentioned, our network is focused on healing and I don't want to cause undue anxiety or fear. How exactly will your proposal help our members? I'm not sure we can help you. I'm sure you understand. Oh, so that's Sawyer. Sawyer Davis from the Rock Steady Support Network. Hi Sawyer, I completely understand your concerns and of course the well-being of our friends and family is always my priority. There are two clarifications I think would make this worth hearing. The new bridge would be a completely separate construction from the one built on Woodard Strand. It is a completely new initiative. The safety and stability of our new construction site would be priority. There is something I've come across in my preliminary research that might be particularly important to RSN with potential for litigation. A contracting company named Anchor Management Land Surveyors somehow avoided scrutiny after the collapse. At least I hadn't heard of it. Looking at the paperwork, I believe RSN could take legal action against Anchor Management and have a very strong case. Going after Anchor Management instead of the state, like the council currently is, also means that the state would be more willing to partially fund the new bridge. Please let me know what you think, and if there's a time we can work out for me to come in. I wouldn't be so adamant about this if I didn't think it would work. So Rock Steady back to Beth. Beth, these points are impactful. Thanks for clarifying. I know we all want what's best, and I trust your good heart and your thought and your thoroughness. Can you come? And then she sets up a meeting for Friday. She wants a chance to talk. And then it looks like Beth agrees to meet on Friday at 8 p.m. on Friday. And then Beth, after the meeting, thanks again for speaking with me tonight, Sawyer. I really enjoyed working with you. I know Clarence wasn't very open to the idea of a new bridge, but I'll try to talk to him over the next couple of weeks to see if he'll come around. We both want what's best for Mallory Rock. Until then, I agree that it's best to keep this all under wraps. Okay, so the Cora folder just gave us more information on the bridge proposal and more motive for Jordan Woodard.
Yes.
And his sketchiness. So on Edgar Mallory's note, it's something about illuminating the truth.
The stars remember.
The stars members illuminates the truth?
Illuminates our secrets.
Oh, the secret.
Illuminates our secrets. The stars something.
Number. The stars number illuminates our secrets. What? Oh, damn it. Do we have to Caesar shift at 14?
Maybe. Let's try that. RS. Files.
Files. Yeah, I picked up the files. Let's just find a Caesar shift calculator so we're not counting on our fingers like idiots.
I'm happy to count on my finger like an idiot. How about we split up? One of us does one, the other one does the other.
We did it! Okay, my note reads, picked up files from Mom and left them in my desk drawer. Before you ask again, I didn't look at them, as always. I don't understand why you let Mom handle your papers, but you won't let me. I followed everything you say, and I would have known which way to vote even if you hadn't told me. I don't need to be micromanaged anymore. What else do you need from me to prove to you that I'm good enough?
And mine says, my patience wears thin. Your reassurance was given several months ago, and I gave you my vote on the bridge issue as promised. Have you found anything concrete on anchor management yet? The Rocksteady needs a financial boost right now. Winning one lawsuit or a settlement would help us immensely. Please make this a priority.
Okay, so we got into the Cora folder, and in there was an email chain from Rocksteady Support Network, which is some sort of support network for, I'm assuming, something counseling-like. So you can email it. So I sent an email and got an automatic response back. Hello, and thank you for your emails. Your questions, concerns, thoughts, and comments are important to us, and I will get back to you soon. Rocksteady Support Network meets every Friday from 9 to 10. Between meetings, though, we love hearing from the voices that make up our small community. So there was a meeting happening between 9 and 10 on the night of Beth's murder. Here are some of the things you've had to say in the last 6 months. Until a few months ago, I always saw group therapy and counseling groups and the like as a thing for feeble-minded people. Boo. I never realized how much help I needed and how much solace I would find in you all. Thank you for accepting me. It has saved me from myself. Wesley Bryan. Belinda Smithson has a quote in this email. I would like to dedicate a special thank you to Reverend Reaver. Since the accident, loud noises gave me severe anxiety. And even a year and a half later, the fireworks testing sent me into a terrible panic attack during one of our weekly sessions. I was paralyzed and embarrassed, but Reverend Reaver stopped in the middle of his talk to calm me down and make sure I was all right. I was so thankful that you were there. So Reverend Reaver attends this support group every Friday from 9 to 10. So if Beth was murdered or went into the water somewhere between 9:10 and 10:13, that eliminates the Reverend. So let's try that and see if Reverend is the one to eliminate. Aha, from Gwen. You're right. Reverend Reaver couldn't have killed Beth if he was at a Rocksteady meeting. But whoever did kill her must know more than I thought. Check the audio attachment I'm sending you. Oh, it's a mystery voicemail. This is them. It has to be. They know what they're doing. 4 suspects left. I don't know what to think. I mean, we're obviously on the right track if the killer is calling me, but I'm kind of freaking out about it. I'm going to Sully. Oh, yeah. He has to be able to figure something out about where the call came from, and maybe he can look into the anchor management company that keeps popping up. I'm really glad you're helping. I'm not sure what I'd do if you weren't.
Keep sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, and you'll meet the same end as Beth.
Play that again.
That's creepy. So it's a distorted voice that says, keep sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, and you'll meet the same end as Beth. And that was a voicemail left for Gwen. So whoever did it knows that Gwen is uncovering these things. Okay, well, I think we did it for this episode. Look at us.
Hey.
We still, okay, so there's I feel like a lot of things from this episode that we don't know, like who this corresponds to, who are these notes to and from. So that's this episode. We've cleared the Reverend. Someone's threatening Gwen. Oh, I hope she goes back to Sully for protection. Who is still suspect? Jordan Woodard.
Yep.
Martin and Jody Hendricks.
And then old girl. What's her name?
Husband, Joey.
Right, yeah.
And we have these symbols that I'm sure will correspond to Navigators Club people. We've got 2 episodes left. Episode 5, episode 6. So who knows? Who knows where this is gonna go? But I don't know, Jordan's still suspect. You know what they say about men named Jordan?
Nope.
Marry them. You know what else we learned? We're getting better at codes. That's what we learned this episode. Can't slip by us, code. We're on to you. Catch us for episode 5 and 6 and see how it all wraps up. And if you like this video, like this video. If you didn't like this video, and subscribe. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and say now, I feel like we do another season after this. This has been super fun. I'm enjoying it. We're gonna do another season. why don't you join us? So subscribe for that. Comment below, did y'all figure out the star sign constellation situation? Let us know. Or don't. Mysteries. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in our next video. Bye!